Hello and welcome to another education session, Social Command. We've added some extra Instagram bits and pieces for you. So we just want to show you what those are, and then we're going to give you a little bit of a guideline on how to run Instagram accounts and campaigns. Now, there's a lot of stuff which we're going to go through, especially on the pointers that we're going to do. So I'm going to actually, if you've received this email regarding the live broadcast today, you will get a PDF of the document that I'm written and I'm going to be reading from in a moment. But let's just get on with this now. So we added Instagram last week, and if you use our software for any purpose, an end user, if you're an agency, if you're a reseller or a partner, then this is all the same. The software is obviously the same in this section. So first of all, what I showed you last week, when you click on the connections that you can post to, obviously Instagram is not there until you can open up the sections that Instagram can use, which is obviously image. And when you click on image, if you've got all your connections set correctly, Instagram will appear, so you just highlight that. We'll knock everything else off for the moment so it doesn't make it confusing. Lovely. And so social commands there. And then you just add your image as usual from your desktop. So you can, let's just grab, we need an image. Here we go. Here we go. That one will do. There, we'll just grab that image. You won't see it, so it's only just to show you how it works. Oh, yes, it does. Of course it does. It now shows you down the bottom. So you attach your image onto the Instagram account. You put your bit of text in there, including the hashtags, which we'll talk about in a moment. That's the demo image there. Just make sure it is posted to social command. That's correct. And you just click on post, or you can schedule it by clicking on that and then go into the calendar and then choosing the time and a day that you want to schedule it. You can also set this for repeat. So I did explain that last week, which is cool, and hopefully there are people using that. That is brilliant. But now, today, we can announce that we can now add videos. Now, videos attach exactly the same way as the image, except it's a video. But there is a few parameters that you have to stick with. First of all, nothing more than 20 meg. You cannot have a file bigger than 20 meg. This is Instagram rules. No one else is not ours. Instagram rules. And also, it has to be a MOV file, an MOV, a .mov file. Just do a couple of test posts if you want to try video. But yeah, it has to be a MOV file, and it must be no bigger than 20 meg. You do the same thing here. You can put all your hashtags into that section there. You grab a file. There's a mod file there. So we click that. That attaches itself. Again, you can post it now, or you can schedule it for later. Exactly the same thing. You can repeat it as well. So images and videos now you can post on Instagram. If you just want to see how the connections work, you click on the connections tab on the left hand side. Obviously we've got our Instagram connected to the page already, but if you want to do it, it's under Facebook because it's all done via Facebook. It has to be an Instagram business account for this to work, so make sure your Instagram account is set to business and it's attached to your business Facebook page. And when you click on that, that will then search all of your connections, and then takes about 30 seconds. It'll come back with a report of all the different accounts that you can attach, which are Instagram. We have a lot because we deal with a lot of clients, and even now we start to build up a lot of Instagram accounts. So that's how it works. So you can now connect audio, video and images onto your Instagram. You can post that across there. So let's come off that, because the other thing we want to talk about today is some tips and hints on how Instagram works. So we'll close down the other pages. There we go. Now, I've written a whole document on this, and I'm just going to quickly scan through the 15 points that we highlight on in this PDF. As I say, I will send this PDF out to everybody who received the email this morning about this live broadcast. But I just want to clarify a few of the bits and pieces. So excuse me if I read this. I've run through it a few times. Obviously, I've written it, so it is in my mind. But if I do stumble or stutter along the way, then hopefully you'll understand. So Number one is run Instagram giveaways. Running an Instagram giveaway perhaps is the most popular and fastest way to increase your Instagram followers. An Instagram giveaway allows you to offer a giveaway prize for free in exchange for an Instagram like, comment, or other determined requirement. Very important. We run a lot on Facebook of those types of competitions, like and share competitions, that type of thing. But a giveaway is always good. Focus on smart goals. Setting clear goals on Instagram and sticking to them is a key to successful social media marketing strategy. Instagram marketing is not an exception to this rule. To build a brand identity on the platform, you need the smart goals and metrics to know that what you should do and what you should not do. So don't just come into Instagram and just think, well, I'm going to start posting. Don't do that. It won't work. You've got to have a plan. Write a cool Instagram bio. Now, this is important. I'm come off script for a second because this is the bit which is on the home page. This is your main voice. This should have your link on there to the URLs and to the URL of your website or a sales page or whatever. But Instagram bio is a great chance to broadcast your main message. You need to speak with your audience like a human and start building a long-lasting relationship with them. It's also a unique opportunity to insert a link to your website and redirect it to any sales pages you have. Target niche audiences to get organic followers. So that's just loads of words there to a lot of people. Instagram marketing is all about targeting potential customers and building sales funnels. So you need to know your target audience. Who are more likely to buy from you? If you feel that your Instagram followers are not sufficient, you might be targeting the wrong people. Please avoid reaching out to anyone on the platform and try to sell to them. That won't work. So bring in your niche audience. If you've got a database of customers that you've sold, encourage them to follow you on social media and including Instagram, because it builds a real core, a great core audience. Run A and B testing on Instagram. Sometimes you will face a dilemma on which item you should use in your social media content to get maximum interactions. Social media A and B testing is the best way in this regard. You can change important items like hashtags, videos, images, colors, captions, tone of voice, etc. in your content and post them on Instagram, and then analyze the interactions with those posts. It's a very laborious way of doing it, and people go, oh no, I don't want to do that. Well, it's important, because if you put a post out and it gets great reaction, you put one out which doesn't, analyze the one that did. What was in that post that made people react? What made people comment? What made people like it? It's important. Generate informative, trendy, and visual content. After all, content creation is the most important stage in online marketing. Especially when you have not enough followers, you don't have any choice but to create relevant content for your community and make them believe you're a thought leader. Your content should encourage your audience to follow your posts. That's obvious, isn't it? If you want to put content out there that's going to engage with the people that your audience is, and if you've got that niche audience that we've just spoke about, and you're putting content on there which is not relevant to them, they're not going to click it. They're not going to like it. They're not going to read it. So make sure you know your audience. Find industry specific hashtags and create branded hashtags. Even the best content can be ignored if you can't put it in the right public eye. If you can't put it in front of the person that you want to put it in, they'll ignore it. You know, advertising on television. If an advertisement is running, and this is how it works, if it runs during a film, that may be a different type of viewer than will be watching Midsummer Murders or Coronation Street. So just, make sure that the stuff you're putting out there is relevant to your viewers. And also that the hashtags are connected with that content. Instagram allows 30 hashtags in a feed post and 10 hashtags in a story. So use them. You don't have to fill up the whole space with hashtags. It's not important. Don't worry about that. A few in there will help. Create an Instagram feed theme. You need to generate this content based on a consistent style and theme. It's good to define a suitable Instagram feed theme to get the attention of visitors and make them follow you, because they know what they're going to expect. Instagram feed themes make your 9-grid feed, which is those 9 pictures which everybody sees, more attractive and encourages visitors to follow your account and to come back and look again. Take advantage of user-generated content. Of course, content is king, but generating content is not that simple. We know that our software system for the other platforms finds content for you to put out. You can't do that on Instagram. With Instagram users interested in high-quality images and videos, it's hard to draw their attention to your account with mediocre posts. So try going to somebody who is got a huge 100K following, and or not even that, 50,000 or whatever, and see what they're doing. Share their content, grab their images, grab their hashtags. Don't forget to link them that, because you want to put an @ symbol on there and their logo, sorry, and their Instagram name after the @ symbol, because that will first of all send it back to them, and they'll notice that you've followed it and shared their content, and more likely they'll share something of yours as well. Very important. It's community based. Schedule your Instagram posts. This is easier than actually said, and it's when I was writing this section, I thought, how can you do this? Because at the moment it's all up in the air, because normally the peak times are just after 9 o'clock, around lunchtime and tea time, because that's when people were working and then they had a break, and that's when they would go on their Instagram or whatever on social media. But because of COVID-19 and people at home more and working from home, these hours are changing continuously. So peak time is still after 9 o'clock, when people get up, have had the breakfast and have a flick through Instagram, and also early evening as well. So pick them carefully. See, again, run some tests, get some test posts out there, see if that will help, and see which ones get the most engagement. Obviously, there's a lot of toing and throwing, which you need to do, but test. Engage at a personal level. Now, this is really important. Engaging with the audience is of great importance when it comes to keeping your followers. Remember that when you create a long-lasting friendship with your existing followers, they will interact with your posts better. So make it more personal. Show what you're doing throughout the day. If you're on a train, an empty train at the moment, if you're, when you go out for a meal, yeah, I know it's, people don't always like taking pictures of their food, and people laugh at that. But if you're at a nice restaurant and you want to talk about and show where you are, hashtag that in, connect with that restaurant, talk about what you're doing. People are following you as a person. You're important, because they don't want to see just pictures of anything, stock footage. Don't do it. Don't do that. Or if you are doing that, make sure you jumble it up with some personal stuff as well. Anything else? Analyze your performance constantly. This is important. Go to the analytics. If you've got the business account, which this is for, go to the analytics section and look at the posts. It will give you a list of everything you've done, which are the success stories, which didn't work, and maneuver your whole plan around that. It's important. The analytic data is huge across all social media. And it's there because it's a digital network. That's the only reason why it is. Analytic data has been around since the printing press was invented, because it would say how many people bought the papers, so that would, in which area. So that would be analytic data as such then. Now you're just looking at the posts you put out and how many people followed, where did they follow, what area they are, what sex they are, what age they are. So the Instagram analytic data gives you all that in a business account. If you're using, obviously, our software for all other platforms, use our analytics system within that. We're about to switch on the analytic data for Instagram, so you'll be able to get that in the next week or two. But at the moment, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google My Business is all inside the analytic data inside the software. The analytic data can be accessed on the Instagram platform inside your business account. So just some pointers, because we want you to use Instagram a lot more, because it's a really good, not up and coming, because it's been around for a few years, but it's becoming a more essential business tool. Let's put it that way. And it's not just for influencers. Anybody can be on there. Just because you haven't got 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 followers doesn't mean you're failing. Don't worry about that. That's fine. But Instagram, it has to be part of your campaign. Even if you can't show the same stuff that you're showing on your Facebook platform or your Twitter or LinkedIn, it's good to have something running on Instagram as well. Take an example, this webinar that we're doing today. So we set up the whole StreamYard system, which is what we use to stream across. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. 8 different pages we're streaming on now, anywhere from YouTube, Facebook, and to Twitch. We broadcast that. We posted out across all those platforms to say we've got this webinar going on at 12 o'clock. We're talking about Instagram. I'm going to give you a demo. We're going to do this. Now we put all the links into that, obviously, and brilliant. We set it out there, and we've had, throughout the past 20 minutes, we've had about 65 people watching this, 64, across all the platforms. Now we've also put that on Instagram, but we couldn't put a link in because you're not allowed to put a link in Instagram. But as I said, the bio. Well, if you want to put something in the bio, so people go back to the bio there, it's just say it in Instagram. But I think you need to keep people informed, because Instagram will not be the only platform they sit on. They will sit on Instagram, they will sit on Facebook. And if you can have a double hit, if you can get that post out onto Facebook and the post out on Instagram, it beds it in better. That's all we're going to say. Anyway, any questions, office@socialcommand.co.uk. You can send it there. You can also go to www.socialcommand.co.uk. Go to the support section. You can raise a ticket, ask a question, set up a meeting, anything you want. If you want to talk about anything, not just Instagram, anything. And that's it. So have a great day and enjoy Instagram.